What day does it start? It starts Wednesday. April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd. What day? April 3rd, April 3rd, April 3rd. 4-3-19. That is a number that we don't think means anything. Actually, hold on. Let me go to the Encyclopedia of Integer Sequences. It's one of my favorite websites, the online Encyclopedia of Integer Sequences. Let's enter in the sequence 4-3-19 and see what shows up. A regular triangle read by rows in which row n lists the partitions of n into consecutive parts. I see. Oh! This is going to be the first two complementary trees generated by the triangular numbers. Begins 1, 4, 3, 19, 7, 13, 6, 229, 25. That's great. Do we keep? We sneep. Cyrosa says, if I'm away for 2 weeks of April, should I still join? Saysor, this is actually a great question. I'm going to try to answer that in the video. You can do a variety of things. You can just have, like, instead of a 30-day project, have a 15-day project. I have week 1, I have week 2. Week 1, take a break, come back, week 2. It's fine. You can have a 30-day project where your week 1, 2, 3, 4 just has a 2-week gap in real time. Oh my god. What? Wait, just gifted 10 subby scripties. 10 subby scripties for a total of 10. Badger, Zednosius, Randa, well-dressed gamer, level 19, Magikarp, Sebazan. Antanari Wanchik? Is that a Polish name? Suli Rossetti? Zanwin Semelo? I hate Boros Challengers. I hate your whimper. Hank 952 says, so excited for the next round of 30 projects. Started with VFX effects in Unreal last time and hope to do some more. That's really cool. I'm going to posit that the correct play here is actually just to play Tajic Legion's Edge. I mean, I know that playing the History of Benalia seems always like the correct thing to do, but here's my argument. By doing it in this fashion, we are already putting our opponent on a 2-turn clock right now. So Vicentico must try to answer just these. So Akaya's Wrath right now would be very understandable, very reasonable. Let's go ahead and swing, and let's just see what happens. I'm going to pass. We have our opponent at lethal. We don't want our opponent to have a way to efficiently spend mana. Perfect. Via a counter and then a kill. Still have a significant threat here. Let me go ahead and play Tajic. Seems reasonable, yeah. So again, if our opponent has Kaya's Wrath, what we want is for a Wrath to go down on Vicentico's turn. Because should that occur? See, now Vicentico is under extreme pressure. Vicentico can have a Wrath effect here. And if that Wrath effect goes down, no more mana for Vicentico to deal with this History of Benalia. Great. Alright, let's take a peek at our options. So, it's pretty clear the Lava Coils, the Justice Strikes, are going to go. What makes sense here, huh? I mean, I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm going to go with the Experimental Frenzies, right? That seems pretty logical. Ixalan's Binding seems pretty good, right? These Integrity Interventions seem pretty worthless, and I think that I'll just put in a big girl, put in a Dawn of Hope. Make a Stand, maybe? I still don't know what this card is for. But I think I feel okay, because Make a Stand, the reason that I might want to do that is if a Kaya's Wrath goes off, whoa, invulnerability, no problem. No Settle the Wreckage? Nah, I don't think our opponent's going to run creatures. For instance, the Thief of Sanity would be terrible against us. Like, super duper terrible. Damn. Damn. That's a hand. Settle the Wreckage, I think, would be... Oh! Would be very good against white weenies or some such. And I think we're once again in the same position. Like, I would say that my generalized strategy against Esper is the following. I try to place my opponent into a situation where I believe my opponent will be forced to Kaya's Wrath on turn 4 or 5. This could get absorbed. It's fine. Mortify would be interesting choice, sure. Bing bong. Elder says, can someone explain why Experimental Frenzy is good for this deck? There's a number of reasons. But we'll go into them in just a moment. Let me just... Become a threat, huh? Perfect. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, because our opponent appears to be stuck on land. Rekindling Phoenix feels kind of like a go-su option. But Experimental Frenzy is basically if we feel like we can't go under, aka we can't just like win really fast. We want to have some hedge against the very reasonable, very plausible very plausible possibility that you know, we get our opponent to 6 and we run out of cards. So Experimental Frenzy gives us the extra opportunity to sort of refill. Now this is an interesting little situation. Like, Heroic Reinforcements feels obviously like extremely good play here. There's enough mana for Absorb, so I actually don't want to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play Tajic. This still lets us flip the Legion's Landing. Whoa, there was no counter. And we're going to buff the 1/1. So it feels more likely that this is where Kai's Wrath is going to pippity pop down. Great. This being flipped is fantastic. There was actually no counter there last turn. Buff the 2/2 in case of Cry. That's actually plausible. That's actually the best play. Okay. I think we have to do this. There's negate mana up, but I assume that negates will be boarded out against us. No more hostage takers, which is 1 set of threats. I believe there's 3 hostage takers in the main board. It's me! I'm Teferi!
I'm not going to sit this one out. I'm much more malleable than people think.
Oh, fucking balls, huh? How do I deal with that bastard? I don't think I can, huh? Like this? Or like this? I think this is the line here.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
bit rough. It's a bit rough. What can I say? What is this shit about, huh? Alright, I mean, the play is unfortunately clear. So we do this.
Do not fear, my friend.
How can I see this here, huh? Why can I see this? Am I missing something? How can I... Oh, because Teferi. Okay. And I think I just straight up -2 for the Boros, because this is enough mana for Vraska's Contempt.
There's more work to do.
And then I think we just pass the turn, huh? Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Did your pal Day 9 call it? He did. Oh my god, did that Teferi come in off the top?
Hurry!
Well, it's time to try to bind an Ixalan-ly adult way. Yeah. No. No. So that says to me I have a counter up, I guess. I mean, our options appear to be limited. So I have to do this one first, so I think I buff the Boros Challenger. Right, this is just super basic. No reason to get too complex about it. Okay, so it resolves. I mean, there's already this fucking thing here. I think... Do I take the Teferi? Or do I take the Rekindling Phoenix? I think I have to take the Teferi. I think it's what I have to do. Okay, it's what I have to do. I do this, and then we're just gonna go try to kill this bastard. Show me what you got. I believe there's only one more hostage taker in this board, because there's one right there. Absorb. That just doesn't do dick. Perfect. Yeah, no, just one of them's fine. Now, this is what's I find so tricky, because in this position, maybe what I should have done is gone into the face. So I'm sort of like, yeah, because here's a Teferi in the bin already. So we can Ixalan bind 1, which is like really removing a significant threat. Like perhaps the only way that this Esper deck can win long term outside of Kaya.
Are you finished?
Are you? Okay. So we just go straight in. This gets deleted.
Look how far you've come.
Vraska's Contempt on this. There's a pretty strong position. God, that was like a really tough sequence of turns there. I really don't know if we played that right or played that wrong. Looks like I'm the fucking best player here, though. Land tapping. The land tap was actually completely fine. Doesn't do anything, huh?
Deliver us to victory.
I mean, I think it's wrong to buff the angel. I think it's wrong to buff the angel. I know technically buffing the angel puts us in a position for lethal, but I think it's wrong. Seems like the wrong play. Why is it wrong? Because we're pretty confident our opponent has to kill this or be an absolute... yeah, no, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think we just... Alright. I mean, it's plausible that we had lethal there. I mean, obviously, given this situation. But if we buff, this dies, and then we have a really rough follow-up turn. And we still win if Akaya's Wrath comes down. So I think this is the better play. Yeah, this was the better play. See? Look at this.
See in yourself what I see in you.
I did it. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of times where you can go for the win, and I've just been bitten too many times, so I stopped and I was like, okay, if I buff that, it gets killed. I have a 5/5 lifelinker, which this kind of deck is much better at dealing with single big targets than distributed tiny targets. Especially with our Ajani up, giving us a blocker, so... Davio says, I disagree, I think you just... did what's called confirmation bias. There's certainly a little bit of that. Because I got rewarded. But it's also really hard for me to see a situation where I don't get a guaranteed win in 2 to 3 turns. As opposed to sometimes I win immediately, sometimes I buff it, it gets mortified, and that's it. What it's worth, I don't think that it's like, oh my gosh, this is obviously better play. Anyone else saying anything else is so stupid. I think it's a marginally better play. I believe. I think. Especially given that, what's the worst that could happen if we don't win right there? What's the worst that could happen if we don't win right there? Oh, our opponent just Kaya's Wraths? And then we just win with a 1/1 lifelinker? You know, it's like a whole lot of very specific things have to... I think this is okay. A lot of specific things have to happen in a row for our opponent to stay alive with just what we have on board. We don't need anything coming down from our hand to put us in a good position. On the flip side, I think that the only thing our opponent has to have is one removal spell. The flip side argument is that there is a flipped as Kanta, which does hurt us real bad in a number of spots. Alright, it's me, it's White Weenie, I'm coming in, boo. This is a pretty good hand against Grixis. Worst case, if you had pumped, you forced him to burn removal, right? Though that is a true statement, the real danger is that we are then unable to do anything the next turn, because we're tapped out. By not doing it, we left up the ability to pay for a lifelinker. That's like the really big, significant beneficiary. I'm Tajic Legion's Edge. I'm buffing stuff. Beep, boop. I mean, it like a 1/1, being able to generate 1/1s against control deck is actually stupidly good. It's like stupidly good. Why does this deck not run Lyra, says Blood Pistol. This deck runs Lyra. There you go. The deck list is right here on the screen, by the way. It's right there. In case you're curious. Oh, we're going to give a timeout for that language. Okay, so this is really good. Yes. I mean, I guess a negate can occur. Spell Pierce, that's an interesting one. Cool. I've dumped water on my body. Spell Pierce is an interesting one. I mean, I suppose a Nivo, or not a Niv, Nicol Bolas. So this is nice. Beep boop. Hello. Probably a Sinister Sabotage. Makes sense. Is this Drake's Splash Black? It doesn't look like it. Sinister Sabotage is very difficult to run in a blue deck. I don't know why my mouth just began any of that shit. That was real awful. Oh, that's pretty good, huh? Actually, I'm going to play the Resplendent Angel here. If we draw a land, we just immediately win. Go ahead and get rid of this. Well, Nicol Bolas is just going to make us the Disco King, huh? Nicol Bolas is going to come back, which is fine. But there's a Nicol Bolas right here, right? And then you have enough mana to be able to flip it, and then when you flip it, you can just like, I don't know. I mean, we are in a bit of a pickle. I'm going to play out everything because there's a lot of ways to make me discard. Such as no fire, no steel. So we're 32, but we're going to be taking some pain here. Maybe he's outthinking us. Maybe he is. I guess Nicol Bolas just has to trade Aroni straight away E. Good thing we're at 32, so we have like 8 turns of time to figure shit out in life. Could have got Nicol Bolas and Aurelia there. Yeah, there's a number of oddnesses. Because you get the Nicol Bolas, you flip the Nicol Bolas, then you use the flipped Nicol Bolas -4 to say put target creature planeswalker card from graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, so. So then it would have been the exact same position, except there would have been a Nicol Bolas drawn to a turn, so. Alright, Fernando! Quickly! Oh! It's an interesting choice. Nicol Bolas is fun to say. It sure is. Alright. From 8 turns to 7, and now 6 turns to go. Tithe Taker. Tithe Taker. Can't wait to flip this shit. Yes. Fernando. Dude, all the names in Magic are like so sick. I especially love the shard names like Bant. Jund Grixis. I don't like Teamer that much. I'll be honest, man. Teamer's like totally fine. It's me, a combat trick. We're close to a victoire. Victory Royale! I just want to take a moment to just express my disbelief that when you win... This one. Our opponent appears to have done things in the wrong order, because now we have a way to block and kill Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. Mardu is pretty fun. There we go. Welcome back to our graveyard. This is probably a removal spell, like Moment of Craving. It's fine. I cannot believe that the thing says winner, winner, chicken dinner in PUBG. I cannot believe it. Like, I'm in disbelief at that. I think we're toasted. I think I feel a little roasty toasty. Ah! Get me out of this game. Integrity seems pretty useless. These feel alright. I think I want to cut these and put in the Ixalan's Binding. I think Adana Hope is also pretty good here. I think Experimental Frenzy is pretty nice. Something I with PUBG. Yeah, in PUBG when you win it says winner, winner, chicken dinner. Like that's just... It just feels... It feels like a little too... Like... La la la. What's good here, man? Opponent's probably going to board in some Carnarium shit. Maybe Tajic's actually a little weak here. Oh, someone says, I know, but someone asked what happened with PUBG. Yeah, PUBG just, like, went from Robusto to Busto, it seems. PUBG in mobile is, like, super popular. Way more popular than PC mobile. PC mobile? What the fuck kind of phrase is that? Yeah, I guess I just get rid of the heroicism. I think I just try to play out creatures and go 1-for-1 against things. Should PUBG have been more serious? Well, I don't know. It's one of these things where, like, I am a big believer in the idea of... you know, if you're making an entertainment product, you want to have some, you know, nice little polish for it that's appropriate for what level it's at, you know. And there's just like cohesion to it, you know. Even some games that have play first. Ugh. Ah, yeah, baby. It's just because I mean, like, I feel like there's like a bunch of just qualities like. You want to have some really nice frame rates, or you want to have some good, smooth connectivity. Dawn of Hope. I think that this deck has no ability to remove this. I think. Your crew for my ship. Discovery. Alright, we have so many ways to deal with Nickel Bowl. Oh, it's Paladin 9 likes to see. Oh, yeah. Alright, well, I believe that there's a 0% chance this can get countered. To me. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like a whole bunch of shit with PUBG. It's just like, it's just jank, man. And, like, the victory screen, it looks like someone just, like, spent an afternoon just, like, thinking, hey, it would be funny, I'll win a chicken dinner. And, like, I really don't mind that sort of cheeky shit. I really don't. Like, people love saying, oh, I got my chicken dinner, but, like, I'm amazed that there's still, it's, like, it changed, man. Here I come, it's me, I'm Aurelia. I don't know. Criticism probably doesn't matter. It's like PUBG's like made like $80 billion and people have played that for like thousands of hours. Which to me feels like two important metrics of success. Just money, I'm only about. But I do think that the money side does represent the validity of it as a product, you know. But then the fact that people have played thousands of hours on individual levels, that's something I have huge respect for. Scores in the games industry, much less so. Much, much, much less so. Because, I mean, I think about something like Warframe. Or Path of Exile. How well did those games do critically? I don't fucking know, man. You should play those games. It's like what you do. You should play those games, you enjoy yourself, right? It's how that shit works. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build up an army of cards in our hand and kill Fernando. We did it. JTS's me is playing Path of Exile right now. By the way, JTS's me, I wanted to follow up about your bakery. About your bakery. Our resident, longtime community member, JTS's me, is starting a bakery and didn't want to do any sort of plugging for said bakery. And I'm going to literally impose upon you the advertising. Let's talk about your bakery, man. You do orders? Can I order baked goods from you? I'll do it. I'll pay you my fucking money. JTS me says, sold my first cheesecake as my bakery today. Yeah, I love cheesecake. Woo! Yeah, JTS is me. Cheesecake is my favorite dessert, man. Oh. ZPD says he's going to ship me a cake when he's able. Oh my god, so amazing. I'm the Shaz says, JTS is me says to me to set up your fucking P.O. box so you can send a cheesecake. Yeah, I messed that up, man. JTS me says, I'm working on a dry ice delivery as of right now, but just starting to look into it. Woo! Woo! I'm going to hang on to this puppy because we have two very good cards. We have three really good cards. Thought erasure. No! We are going to do very well. If you want to know what accent that was, I don't fucking know. I need to ask someone else, but I don't know what the accent is. No, it cannot be. Do you run negates against my deck? What? Oh my god, please land Nicol Bolas. Land Nicol Bolas. Land Nicol Bolas. Land Nicol Bolas. History, Nicol. Oh my god. Could it be the case that there is no counter spells? Steve Stever says, I just want to talk about how much I love cheesecake. Yes, Steve Stever, yes. Is that it? I think I don't mash this out quite yet. I think I do.
No friend of mine.
No friend, no steel. Boros is feeling good, man. We've won our last 3 BO3s in a row. Bedevil! Ah! I'd like to expressly note that this is part of the reasoning behind again, getting a player sort of out of sync where we have our threats present. And so our opponent then has to spend resources to counter them. This could get spell pierced. That would kind of shock the shit out of me. But we're just going to play the Experimental Frenzy right now. We do have a very gassy kind of hand. But we can nuke our own Experimental Frenzy comfortably in order to play an Ixalan Binding in a bind. You got it, man. He doesn't exist anymore. Oh, all right. Plains. Good. Cheesecake, dude. I love cheesecake with cherries. Cheesecake with cherries, man. I eat so little sugar normally that now whenever I have like a donut or something, like my actual heart starts like beating so hard it feels like it's gonna explode. Like my body like, doesn't know what to do with all the sugar. Come on out. It's me, the most resplendent. Oh, big piles of tears. I should have shocked this in, man. What am I doing? Okay, that actually fucking sucks, man. These guys are good. So I'm gonna have any way to deal with that. Put a stop. Put a stop and cast a non-instant spell pre-draw. Oh! Hostage Taker is going to be a call, right? Hostage Taker. Now this is the one that you can put a stop for. Yeah, in case you don't know what's being referred to, you can put a stop and cast this spell before your draw, but it's still the same. Oh, this is a sorcery, not an instant. Never mind. I wish to exchange with you. I'm the dummy. For some reason I thought this was instant speed. Because this is sorcery speed, you can't cast it off the top of your decks. That's why we had to draw this History of Benalia. You guys hear the helicopter? A helichopper? Yeah! Oh, we're gonna lose one of these cards. Isn't that sad? We're gonna lose one of these cards. Lyra. Fernando has to have a way to kill this 0-1. Like 1,000,000%. You bored in the Phoenixes? What? Oh my god. Weird play from our opponent, but we will allow it, huh? Yeah. Alright, so now I have a handful of shit, including another Experimental Frenzy, so I feel really good about this. Nice salmon shirts, Sean. Hey, thanks. Not! Not! It is not. It is not. Ay-ya. Well, may as well just chuck that fucker. Is there another Nicol Bolas in here? Is there going to be some infinite recursiness? Oh, how I wish I had more ways than one to kill. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to do this. Beep boop. I'm going to do this. Pop pop. I'm going to do this. You may sacrifice your Nicol Bolas. Yes, you may. Looks orange to me, but I have my right filter pretty much set to max everything, so it looks kind of orange. It's my lights are very lightly off-white. Very lightly off-white. What a bastard. Oh! 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 Yeah! It is I, Hurtman. It is a good day for you to hurt. Alright, that still doesn't do it, huh? Mwah! This deck feels great. Measurement says skin tone is a touch warm with a small hint of green. Guessing LEDs off white bulbs? Nah, it's just... It's this. It's just literally a cheap desk lamp. I have some really expensive lighting equipment, and it's all worse than the $15 shit I got at, like, Lowe's or whatever. Fartfone says, do you mean Gosu is in the League of Legends God? Oh, man. Man, so many people don't know the Gosu reference. Gosu is just a Korean word that means, like, really good. It's from the early StarCraft days, man. When everyone wanted to be hip and cool and Korean. God, it hurts me to accept. Yeah! Bring it on, Nebel Phoenix. Oh, God. Goes to a Brood War clan, probably. Hip, cool, and Korean. That's a tall order, right? You should have just said Korean. Because every single Korean is so hip and so cool. It is a Nepex of Fate Dick. Pronounced Nexus of Fate Dick. It is a Nexus of Fate Dick. Harry Pogger says, were you more of a fan of LOL or Smite? I mean, I didn't really play either game. I'm coming in! Yeah! I don't really play either game. I have a huge amount of respect for both of the games. League of Legends, because I think League of Legends did a lot of real good for gaming. With, you know, because it's a free-to-play business model that, as far as I'm concerned, really makes sense. Like, really, really, really legit makes sense. Like, holy shit, we're dead. You know, like, there's a hero, you buy it, you get it. And they have the rotating through all the different heroes, and I literally have countless friends who are like, I guess I'll just give this a try. And we're able to have, like, really rich, amazing experiences playing the game with $0 invested for, like, a long time. And then we're like, dude, I've been playing the shit out of this, I'm gonna spend some money. And now we're like, you know, $200-300 deep, and have been absolutely delighted about all the money they've spent, you know? Like, I really like that. I really like that. And I think it's, like, a really good inspiration to a lot of other developers. Just be like, because, I mean, there's also the issue that a lot of people have, particularly with mobile games, that have, you know, the loot box, where you open it and you don't get shit. You get effectively nothing good. Alright, play is clear. And you're supposed to go, oh darn, and then just, like, you know, dive right back in. Like, and you know, it's specifically designed to be not providing content, you know, not actually giving you new stuff. And okay. For what it's worth, I'm not actually fundamentally anti-loot box, anti-gambling things. I shouldn't say anti-gambling. I should just be like anti these chance-based things. So long as it's actually providing, like, a good, positive experience. Because, like, chance-based shit is fun. It's why I like playing RPGs. Like, ooh, I got a really good... Now I'm gonna be powerful now. Like, I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. Do it, Nebel Phoenix. Yep, totally fine. Yeah, so I mean, I think fundamentally against the idea of randomness and those sorts of things. Like, Magic's like a really good example, right? There's like a lot of randomness when you open packs. Like, what are you gonna get? I have found this game. I think I may have told you this. That, like, my business partner Eric did the free-to-play run of this game, and has built a really large collection very quickly. And also, the experience of what decks to play were guided by what Eric opened. I think that's actually interesting, because there's a lot of common and uncommon cards that are really good, such as this fucking asshole piece of shit uncommon card. God! I mean, especially things like, you know, 5th copy protection and all that sort of stuff. You know, I feel really positively about. It's there, it's possible we actually can win this. We look less dead than I would have initially perceived it. But that said, all that said, I want to come back to the original point. This is something I really admire about what League of Legends did with their business model, where it was something that I felt like really worked super well. Because there's a lot of people who want to make games, and they're like, oh. Well, I should say, as a observer looking at a lot of AAA single-player games that have been getting released, there's a lot of like, okay, well, it seems like we have to put in some sort of loot boxy thing, you know? Oh my god, we're so fucking dead. Ah! Is that it? Is it over? You got it. That's 2 turns in a row. With no cards in hand. And Hydroid Crisis can't swing. Smite is an example of, I think, just really smart design. Where it's like, okay, what if we just took a lot of the mechanics that work in, you know, your traditional 2D MOBA, and like, maybe one time. Yeah, and then just made this sort of third-person MOBA experience, which has its own different set of, like, how the content works. Undarn says, what was that 2D side-scrolling MOBA? There was a 2D side-scroller MOBA? Huh? Adventure Time Battle Party? Was it Adventure Time Battle Party? Alright, so now we lose, because we can't block the 6/6. And there's 3 turns stacked. So I think we actually just cut the Lava Coils for sure. Bring in the Ixalan's bindings for sure. But I don't think we really have a way to, like, speed this game up. Yeah, maybe we actually do want, like, this. Yeah, I mean, we really gotta rely on those Ixalan bindings, man. And Darren says, who's ready for the inevitable MOBA Battle Royale? I don't know how that would even work. I guess this is a good hand. Unit for 6 is good. That's, I mean, none of these help. None of these help. It's probably not going to be a super steep amount of counters in here. It's going to be like growth spirals and stuff. Like, I think we live and die based upon whether we get an Ixalan's Binding to bind the Wilderness Reclamation, which is our hope to buy enough time. Oh, no land came down from Rekindling Phoenix. Okay, this is how we can win. Search for his cons is fine. And this is actually kind of hilarious to me. Maybe win now. Regig says, we check out Hearthstone when the new expansion and rotation occur. I'm waiting. I'm just straight up going to wait for a little while. Wait post-rotation. I'm not going to buy any packs this expansion or pre-order or any of that stuff. Alright, seems good. The last, you know, last time I was playing Hearthstone was October of 2018, November of 2018. I definitely popped into the expansion briefly in the December release. And I did my usual, I think I bought $150 of packs. And the last expansion was... It felt like the same gameplay that I'd had in the previous expansion. Rastakhan had a lot of the spirit totem creatures. It seems okay. And, like, I think 0 of them saw play. And there's been a sort of... I mean, there were some expansions where they felt like really impactful. The Death Knight expansion, obviously, very, very, very impactful one. This is all looking acceptable to me. No green. This helicopter has just been, like, going around for so long. No Wilderness Reclamation means probably low on land. Okay. So we're going to do this. Could get countered. Seems fine. And it doesn't. Tajic, Legion's Edge, is going to buff this. Boros Challenger is going to buff that. Great. Bing bong blow. Probably Ajani here. That to me says Rekindling Phoenix is low on land. Hurts us, but there's no way of casting Nexus of Fate then. So that is helpful for us. So we're going to Ajani here. And we're going to double buff these dudes, which can then double buff that thing. Yes! Yes! Nexus of Hate! Wow, we've been having a lot of success with this deck, and it feels really good, so I'm just going to keep playing it. But yeah, I mean, I like, they're, like, if I compare some of my Hearthstone to Magic experiences, like, when, Guilds of Ravnica came out, there were these 5 mechanics. There's Mentor, and there's, you know, Surveil, so on and so forth. To a lesser extent, Convoke, but sure, still Convoke. You know, there's these 5 mechanics, and, like, if I would play a draft, like, the Boros decks would, like, in a lot of ways be about mentoring. And when I draft, it's, like, all the new cards. And I don't think that this is a wrong fact, but like, you know, Arena Hearthstone has just felt very like, you know, not as contained in that way. You know, because it's the same setup as Standard. All right, we definitely have to swing here. You know, and then when Ravnica Allegiance comes out, none of the Guild's Ravnica cards are in draft. All Ravnica Allegiance cards in there. And like pretty much every single mechanic that, you know, I have been able to encounter. I think I just History of Benalia. Then I'm the best player here, something like that. Vergig says, I feel like a similar draft format for Hearthstone, one where you get to open a bunch of packs of the newest expansion to make a deck like an MTG would be amazing. Yeah. That would be, like, so sick. Actually, we have to kill the Runaway Steamkin, like, 1,000,000%. Because there's an Experimental Frenzy down, and this is the mana generator. But I mean, like, just experientially, when I've been... Just the last few Hearthstone expansions, especially, have felt almost identical from, like, gameplay to gameplay time. Like the, you know, the totems when they came out, like, you know, none were played. When, you know, you sit down and you do some, don't need to block that. Okay, yep. So we don't want heroic reinforcements right here. This game looks pretty good for us. There's a number of mechanics that just sort of popped up and had almost no presence at all, period. They sort of weren't even there. Is this a heroic reinforcements turn? Don't need it. I think we just win now. Alright, let's get this one back. And those come up, and that's really good. And then we do like this, and like this, and then like do this. And like bing, bong, tomato. Something like this. 5, 10, 14. Can't be blocked. We are the beatdown prince. Yeah, you're totally permitted to do that. You can also block a 5/4 and take 14 damage. There needs to be a shock on the top of the deck. Okay, like Echo, Inspire, the Loa things, if this dies on your opponent's turn, do this, these sorts of death rattles. There's some mechanics that have just shown up and like not really been a thing. Shield Mare, definitely. Ajani is probably gonna go. Yeah, Max Magnetic, one of the most unused thing. Because in a game full of single target removal, why would you stack everything on one creature? You know, there's just like a lot of mechanics in Hearthstone that made such a little impact. They were so irrelevant to successful standard play that the standard felt very the same for a long time. Not in a way that I hated. Like, I obviously played a shitload of Hearthstone. The game's fun. I think I still cut the Integrity Interventions. No, the life gain does seem important. Which one do we cut here? Probably the Heroic Reinforcements. It did win us last game, but that was kind of a weird match. So I'm just sort of taking a break from it. I think that there's a lot. Let's mulligan. The design space for Hearthstone has always just seemed very small as well. Not as something that like a player experiences, but more like the what would be even the thing. Weirdly, I'm going to keep this because our opponent has mulliganed to 5. So it's going to be hard for Prince to get into a spot where a lot of pain can get brought down. That and an Experimental Frenzy would definitely do it. That would definitely be the GG town. But I'm going to probably play History of Benalia. I mean, if we get to Lyra, that's just so powerful. Jeebus, you see sort of things sometimes in Magic too. Oh yeah, for sure. Magic has a lot, has had a long history of times when the meta's been painful. Okay, remember the one way we could win this game? Or one way we could lose this game? Yeah, it's this little combo. Because now the mulligan down, it doesn't really matter. Resplendent Angel plus Lyra is, like, pretty disgusting, though. And Prince is still in a bit of a difficult, precarious position. If this attacks, I will double block here. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick, man. Am I recording? I am recording, good. Welcome, Lyra. You are now our hope. Now, if Resplendent Angel comes off the top, mwah! 3 wins away from Mythic. You got it, JPC guy. Just grind, man. Just grind. Just get a 52% win rate and just kind of hang out. You'll eventually get there. Nothing? Nada? Denada? Yep. Nothing? Nothing? Maybe nothing? Nothing for Prince? The 10 who are taken. Is there a name for this red deck? Yeah, it's called RDW. Short for Red Deck Wins. Holy shit. We can't exactly do it, though. We gotta do this. Because if we play the Resplendent Angel in response, the Lightning Strike will plop down. Yep. And then burning it all to nuke the Phoenix totally makes sense. Angel becomes a 4/4, yes, but, you know, there's still enough damage to blow it up immediately. So. Like, we literally see the cards and mana available to nuke us. Wizard's Lightning, Wizard's Lightning. See you later, Lyra. It's nice knowing you. That's so bad for us. Oh, it's so bad for us. No, I'm not gonna block it. I just don't feel the need to, you know. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh! It's getting worse over time. You can be my hero, baby. Alright. Resplendent could have been Lightning Struck. Lyra pumps to 4/4. Again, we see the full answer for our opponent in hand. Lightning Strike for 3 damage. Remove all the mana from the Steam Kiln. Shoot us with all that mana in order to kill the 3/3. So, playing our Resplendent Angel doesn't really do very much for us in that position. Or just would have lightning struck it. With the Wizard's Lightning and a Lightning Strike. Who's on the play? We on the play. Boy, that's a good hand. Main. White mana. It's not an amazing card, but it is a card that I will shoot. Dude, if we can just get down a bunch of History of Benalia, like, that is just so much momentum. Holy shit. Holy fuck. This is looking good, feeling good. Everything is oh so good. Prince, what you gonna do, Prince? Yeah. Now, here's an interesting question. I think I might just Aurelia right now. That actually feels pretty good, because this can attack in the air, and it can block. So that's going to get boosted no matter what. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, Aurelia did the reverse 2-for-1. That's great. That's great, that's great, that's great. And then, yeah, seems fine. Whoa, that's real sad for us. I'm, like, sad on behalf of myself. I mean, like, fuck. We're just gonna hang out here a little bit. I really should be an Angel Knight, IMO. I know, right? I mean, please. See if our opponent has any ambitions to kill the Shield Mare. Healing. I mean, Resplendent Angel could just literally immediately win the game for us. No attacks. Don't need it. I mean, next turn we're probably going to swing for a big amount of damage, huh? That's okay. What we need is to be like mountain, mountain. And mountain. Look. Oh, this can't be blocked by red creatures. I don't even read that text, man. That's tight. Today I learned. Today I learned. Well, that's pretty good anti-red tech, huh? I love this. Guess on Prime says, small to moderate oof. Such a good line. Small to moderate oof. Well, it is a good day to say goodbye. There's a lot of things that are going to need to get poofsy-doofsied here. Hey, so we just win, huh? I mean, like, I know that there's technically lethal on the board, but if our opponent could have killed Resplendent Angel, it would have been killed the previous turn. So I just don't buff, and then I, in response, buff. Because our opponent screwed up. Because these two can't be blocked, right? Yeah, that's correct. So now, even if our opponent has spells, I can, in response, target this. So we just wait for our opponent to do stuff, or do nothing. Bingy, bangy, bongy. Great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much this is winning! I mean, that's 6 best of 3s in a row. Whoa. Axis of Mortality. Arguel's Bloodfast and Axis of Mortality. At their end step, just pay a bunch of life, draw a bunch of cards, switch the life totals. Ah! Oh man, guess I'm primed. Thanks for being an awesome influence these past couple years, man. I'm happy to hear it. I'm a big believer in trying to be a good influence. Play first. We don't do much for a little bit, but then we do a lot. Because here's the thing about the way that, like, literal laws and rules work in the world. Is, like, you literally are not really going to be told no almost ever. Like, if you want to be an asshole, there's not a rule to stop you. You kind of get to be that. I mean, people will look at you with furrowed brow and stuff. But there's not actually some preventative thing saying you don't get to do that. And that's why I think it's, like, important to take the responsibility on yourself and not do that. It's on your shoulders to not be a dick. Angel time. Yeah. Right again. I think I'm pretty fine with this. Pretty okay with this. Seems all right. I mean, I think I should just say yeah. That's fine. Oh my God! It's Bedardrarus. We've played against Bedardrarus before. He's Bedardrarus. Oh, you can't hide from me, Bedardrarus. It's a nice little draw, huh? Bedardrarus. Is Tajic's line about stopping non-creature damage relevant? Kinda is. Versus things like Deafening Clarion. Land is great here. This is just 2 or less. I think we just sit here and pass. I really need to be more mana efficient than just a strike pass, you know. This is actually okay. We can afford to do some chumping. What are they running green for? On the sideboard, there's Cindervines. Ah! Ah. The sideboard, there's Cindervines and Collision Colossus, which requires some green. Again. My name be Day 9. He seeks lands. Oi. Oi boy. Alright, we dead. We dead, dude. Planning on streaming Sekiro? Yeah, I'm planning on doing it like an all-day Friday. Okay, so I think we get rid of this, and this, and this, and this, and maybe actually another one. That gain 3 life actually felt pretty good there. So I think we try to slow down, but we don't try to, like, grind to a halt. I'm actually going to run 1 binding. It's pretty relevant in the long game, because I think we definitely win when this game goes long. Like, our curve is pretty nasty. Huh. Sekiro's coming out, it's coming out on Friday. Friday. It's coming out on Friday. Alright. Uh-oh. A bunch of email came in. Quickly, close the email. Close the email. Play first. Oh, farts. Better. Much better. What is Sekiro? It's the game from the people that made Dark Souls and Bloodborne. So it's going to be another Souls-like. So not exactly Souls-like. New but different. The same but different. Keep. Oh my god, from heaven that Lava Coil is. Should I be waiting for that every time? I mean, I'm going to argue now. Just going to Resplendent it. So, I mean, the statement from the devs is like, it will not be a Souls-like game. It will be a new thing. But I'm just like, it's just going to be a Souls-like, I feel like. It's going to be like 50% Souls-like, 50% dope shit. Which I am A-okay with. It's the Yi2 Lava Pal. Great. Oh my god, that could have been like the most perfect peel. Or it's a Souls game, but with the only option to use a katana, which is great, because that's exactly how I played. He says, are you worried about what people are saying about the game being super short? I don't know about any of that. That's a TIL for me, my friend. This is instant speed, yes, instant. We kind of need this thing to get popped. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any qualitative value judgment about a game being short or long, so I think I just do it to this and pray for land, right? Because if we, like, bank the land, we're the best player in the universe. Oh, shit, that's a real terrible one. Alright, this is a chump. We might hit our first loss in a little bit. It's a good opportunity to take a quick break. Just a bio break, you know, use a little restroom. Au revoir. It was a pleasure knowing you. Like, I mean, Journey was like 2 hours and that game stuck with me. Titan Souls was like a day. That game stuck with me. Portable's short, Portable's great. Some long-ass games, like any crafty game, Stardew Valley is like 200 hours and you're like not even on year 3. How long does it take? Each year in my experience is about like 30 to 40 hours. Welcome. You played Stellaris? Yeah, I streamed Stellaris, man. I got shitty with some octopus people. No. How? Is this dead? Is this death? Whew. Yeah, I mean, maybe I need to be more conservative with removal for the Steamkin. It felt like every single time I killed something on turn 1, turn 2 was the Steamkin. Maybe that's right. Okay. And alright, we didn't make it. We have to take an emotional encouragement break. Oh fuck, I'm leaving the house in an hour and a half. Yeah, let's take a break. I forgot I gotta leave early.